Did you know that some 10 million Americans would sacrifice a limb just to win an Oscar? In order to more precisely understand how fame works, Spy commissioned a survey of randomly selected Americans. We asked them about their attitudes towards celebrity. Here's Spy magazine contributing editor Harry Shearer with the Spy Celebrity Poll. Harry?
Thanks, Jerry. To conduct the poll, Spy turned to the respected New York polling firm of Penn and Schoen. Now, this is a firm whose clients include such luminaries as Senator Edward Kennedy, New York Mayor David Dinkins, corporate clients like Procter & Gamble. Doug Schoen is president of Penn and Schoen, and he's with us today to explain a little bit about the Spy Celebrity Poll, the completely authentic Spy Celebrity Poll. Doug, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Harry, we interviewed a truly representative sample of 450 Americans, and we then weighted our data so that the people we interview reflected the demographics of the country as a whole.
You know, one thing people always wonder, though, is how can 450 people represent a country of 250 million?
Well, it's all in the way you pick your sample. We give every American a theoretically equal chance of being interviewed, and by doing that, the people we interviewed are actually representative of the population as a whole.
Thanks, Doug. Let's get right to the poll. Who are America's favorite celebrities? Well, the top three, according to the Spy poll, are Mel Gibson, Tom Selleck, and Bob Hope, in that order. All right, fine, but who are America's least favorite celebrities? The top three in order are Woody Allen, Jane Fonda, and Pee Wee Herman. Well, what does this mean? Let's take a closer, more intimate look. Madonna is America's 10th most disliked celebrity, tied with Roseanne Barr. But 35% of the men said that they would have sex with Madonna if she asked them to. According to our tabulations, by the way, the region in which the fewest number of men want to sleep with Madonna was the West Coast. Coincidentally, the region where Madonna lives. Now, Tom Cruise, on the other hand, is one of America's favorite celebrities, number 13, in fact. But only 17% of American women would have sex with Tom Cruise if he asked them. Okay, from this data, it seems possible to infer that American men are generally more likely than American women to sleep with people they don't like. Jerry?
Fascinating. But sex always is. What we're trying to understand here is how exactly does one become a celebrity? Are there actual rules that all celebrities must obey? Yes. How many? 6. What are they? Rule number 1, have talent.
Talent is the ability to do something interesting and to do it so well that millions of people will pay money to watch you do it, even if you've been doing it for 25 years. Or for nearly 400.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt.
And yet, every year, hundreds of people with no real ability of any kind become famous too, by doing the same thing over and over and over, just like talented people. The thing to remember is, you can have all the talent in the world, but talent alone won't get you to Carnegie Hall.
So that's rule number 1, have talent. If you're not talented, don't worry. Rule number 1 is the least important rule. Thanks to rule number 2. Have handlers. Handlers, also called assistants or hangers-on, are the people who help celebrities become famous. A handler can be anyone, from an agent to a bodyguard to a psychotherapist, and sometimes all three. Typically, handlers travel in packs or entourages.
Here comes Don Johnson with his entourage, and the handler whose job it is to block the camera. Let's watch Eddie Murphy's handlers in action. First, the Eddie Murphy decoy gets out of the car and backs into the camera to protect Eddie from possible media overexposure. Some spare handlers get out of the car, and finally, here's Eddie. Another handler solicits directional advice and steers Eddie on the optimum celebrity trajectory. Here's Eddie with his entourage at work again. Just look at those handlers slide Eddie right through the crowd.
Those guys really know how to entourage. Let's take a closer inside look. To help us do that is Joe Namath. Joe, can you explain the nuances of this entourage activity?
Sure, Jerry, but first of all, I have to say I don't have an Eddie Murphy entourage playbook with me, so I'm going to have to kind of wing it. But here's how I'd analyze each person's role. Let's roll that tape, please. First, here's the path they're going to follow. Now, Notice how the entourage is led by actress Jasmine Guy, right here.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a shrewd gambit to clear the path through the crowd. No one's going to strong-arm a beautiful and somewhat famous woman. Now, you see that?
I see.
Now, watch how the rest of the entourage follows right behind. Now, this handler right here, his job is to keep Eddie moving. Now, what's going to stop Eddie? This is my favorite part. Now, watch this very carefully, Jerry. You see, now here's a slightly less popular comedian, Chevy Chase, right here. See how Chevy reaches out to touch Eddie?
Yeah.
He wants Eddie to stop and talk. Now, Eddie doesn't want to seem like a jerk, so he has one of his own handlers move him along and slide in to cut Chevy off before he becomes a real nuisance.
That's something.
Can we look at that one more time? Yeah, you see? See, right there.
Uh-huh.
Then this handler on the other side puts a similar preemptory block on an interviewer. And this guy back here, he carries Eddie's personal effects. Oh, look at him go. The best in the business.
Fascinating. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome, Jerry.
You know why most normal people don't become celebrities? It's because most normal people look normal. Celebrities need a distinctive, unusual look.
Think of Telly Savalas, for instance, and you think, oh yeah, the bald guy. Think of David Brenner. If you think of David Brenner at all, and you think, sure, the guy with the nose and lots of teeth. Think Dolly Parton, and you think, enormous breasts. Here's actress Karen Allen, a fine, upstanding celebrity, but not a super, mega, fabulous celebrity like Telly or Dolly. The reason? Karen's look is almost exactly the same as actress Brooke Adams. On the other hand, actress Bette Davis in her later years bore an uncanny resemblance to one of the talking apple trees from The Wizard of Oz. And here's Mick Jagger, one of the most famous faces in rock and roll. A face that is chillingly similar to that of actor Don Knotts. Fortunately, Jagger and Knotts work in different fields. Jagger in rock and roll, Knotts in dinner theater.
What does this teach us? That to be a celebrity, a bigger celebrity than Karen Allen, you need to have a unique look. It's a rule. In fact, rule number 3, have a look.
The best look, of course, is good looks. And today's mega celebrities are better looking and from many more angles than ever before. But it wasn't always this way. Back in the 1950s, chain smoking and conspicuous boozing were considered an important part of a celebrity's overall beauty profile. But those days are gone. Today's modern celebrities need to look healthy. Not necessarily be healthy, but look healthy. And talk healthy.
I have been off drugs, liquor, and cigarettes since 1969, and that's a very important part of my health regime.
Some celebrities have learned that unwholesome habits, along with the natural wear and tear of celebrity life, can wreak havoc on a celebrity's carefully crafted look. Fortunately, modern science provides remedies. A snip here, a lop there, a tuck, a stretch, a bit of fat vacuuming for good measure. And voila!
Perfectly good-looking celebrities become even more perfectly good-looking. Older celebrities regain youthful-ish complexions. And the ethnic stars of the 70s can easily adapt to the new traditionalist beauty ideals of the 80s, 90s, and beyond.
More than talent, more than handlers, a distinctive look is a celebrity's most important asset. Because just think about this for a minute. If celebrities didn't look like celebrities, it would be impossible to tell them apart from non-celebrities. And that would lead to anarchy. We'll be right back.